All right. I think we're live. I think we're ready to go. I have a lot of mixed emotions. I'll let you know that right now. I love our lives, so that's always good. It's always good to be here with you guys. This is obviously, though, not really the most happy of occasions why we're here, why we're together tonight. I really did think about if I wanted to talk more about this, but the honest truth is now that there is really this news that this is going to happen. Um, yeah, it really did flood me earlier today. So I have not watched. We are going to react to the 13-minute long video together. I don't know if we'll pause it or if we'll watch it all the way through, but I think it'll be better for us to watch it and give us both context. Now, I have not seen the video. I actually watched just a section of it on Hidden True Crime with Lauren Matthias. She was the one talking about it earlier when I saw that. And so because I tuned into that, I heard like one section of her having that conversation. So I am going to pull it up. We're going to listen to it. We are going to react to it, and we'll go from there. So I'll be reading your guys' chats, and we're going to kind of just let it play through. Like I said, unless I have something I feel like I want to say, I don't know. We'll go from there. So we're just going to listen to the whole thing. Okay. And I'll let you guys know what I'm thinking as it's happening. You guys doing good tonight? It's good to see you guys. Like I said, I love our lives. I love spending time with you guys. I love doing this, but you know, my feelings are all over the place today. So like I said, let's just get through this and I'll let you know what I'm thinking and feeling, and we'll go from there. So here we go.
1242.
Good morning, Your Honor. Katie Staub for Trina K for the state.
Good morning, Your Honor. Pamela Hicks and Robert Abernathy on behalf of Lori Vallow-Daybell, who's present and in custody.
Ma'am, can you tell me your name and date of birth, please?
Lori Daybell, 6/26/1973.
All right, thank
Hard
you.
to
We're
listen to
here
her
for a
talk, to be
status
honest with you.
conference. You've been found competent by two separate healthcare providers. Is it your
Wow.
intention, ma'am, you had expressed earlier that you would like to represent yourself?
Yes, sir.
Is that still your intention?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
I may approach, Your Honor.
You do understand that you have the right to have attorneys represent you during your cases?
I do.
What grade did you finish in school?
I graduated from high school.
Do you read and understand English?
I do.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication in the last 24 hours?
No.
Are you currently prescribed any medications in the jail?
No.
Do you believe you're able to present a defense at trial?
I do.
Are you able to listen to what the court, counsel, and witnesses say during trial?
Yes, I will.
Do you believe you're able to ask witnesses questions that are relevant to the case and to your defense?
Absolutely.
No.
Are you able to communicate effectively, do you believe, with the court, counsel, opposing counsel, and the jury?
I do.
I will make a finding that in court, you do appear to.
All right, I'll say one thing real quick. I just feel for the judge. I always have felt for the judges. This got me, like I said, when I tuned into this earlier with Lauren, she was already talking about it, so I didn't hear any of this beginning. I think I only tuned in for maybe a few minutes. This is what we talked about on the video that I made about she wants to be her own lawyer. And the reason we're talking about this is because this just hurts more. Like, she just cannot ever let it go. And this is just showing that she is going to make this a spectacle for herself and make everybody go through everything worse than it has to be. And that's why the title of this video is that, of course, it gets worse, because that's how it always feels, you know. Not to go on a tangent, but real quick, like, one of the things I even talked about in therapy was how it's like having a bandage and then finally wanting that to heal over, but you just can't keep moving. You just can't keep doing it. You can't keep doing it. So, all right, let's listen to this. Like I said, I don't want to pause too much. I'll give you guys my final thoughts as we go through it.
Act appropriately, speak appropriately, and communicate appropriately. Have you ever represented yourself before?
That's the point. I don't know.
I do have a waiver form, one for each of your cases. You've gone over that waiver form with your attorneys?
I did.
You understand the waiver forms?
I did.
You have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, I would appoint one to represent you. The attorney would represent you at all critical stages of the case, including before trial, at trial, and if you're found guilty at sentencing. Do you understand that?
I do.
An attorney can be of great value and assistance in criminal cases. There are serious disadvantages and dangers to representing yourself.
Yeah.
Can you just tell me a little bit why you want to represent yourself?
Yes, Your Honor, for the past 5 years
There
that
we
I've
go.
been incarcerated, I have taken it upon myself to study case law and criminal rules of procedure in the state of Idaho and Arizona, as well as federally. Prior to that, for the last 10 years, prior to my incarceration, I did study procedure in family law, and I have real trial experience. I have participated in 3 different full trials from beginning to end.
In family court?
1 in family court, 2 in criminal court, 1 bench trial and 1 jury trial.
That's not why you want to do it.
Um,
Look, we talked about this before. You are able to represent yourself. That is a part of our justice system. You are allowed to choose that. In this case, this is absolutely nothing to do with that. I promise you that. This is not about her doing it because she feels like she's got a chance. I think she just wants to. There's something about, there must be benefits to this. There must be, she's able to do something she's been planning on doing and wanting to do. It makes it worse because she's going to say stupid, I'm not going to cuss, stupid stuff. It's going to come out of her mouth, and it's going to be so hard to sit there and have to hear her playing attorney and playing this game. So I don't know.
You understand that you have 2 separate cases here. On each of these cases, if you're found guilty at trial, you'd be facing a sentence of up to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 25 years.
Yes, I'm well aware of that.
And you understand that if convicted at trial, that those sentences could run consecutively or concurrently to any other sentence.
I am also well aware of that.
All right. You understand that if you represent yourself, you'll have the sole responsibility for, among other things, asserting legal
nice.
defenses, interviewing witnesses, doing investigation, doing legal research, filing and arguing motions, examining and cross-examining witnesses, giving an opening statement and a final argument to the jury. Do you understand all that?
Yes, Your Honor, and I'm very prepared.
All right. Do you also understand that you'd be held to the same standard as an attorney regarding the presentation of your case? This would include knowledge of courtroom procedure, applicable case law, rules of evidence, and rules of procedure?
Yes.
All right. Each of your attorneys have gone to college, undergrad degree for probably a minimum of 4 years, and then law school for an additional 3 years. So these 2 attorneys that are here in court.
He's telling her straight up, do you understand that the lawyers are lawyers and that they have experience and they know what they're doing? So would you not want to defer to the fact that they studied this in school? I understand that this is possibly his job to say these things, obviously, but it right there, it tells you plenty of things right there that this is seriously not something you just do. You can. I wouldn't advise it ever. So I don't understand what she's missing here. What is she missing here?
Each have at a minimum, if not more, 14 years of higher education, as well as probably, I'm guessing, between the 2 of them, 30 to 40 years in trial experience. Do you understand that?
Yep.
Yes.
Do you understand that your case may be specifically complicated in the sense that there are complicated evidentiary issues in your case? Do you believe you're able to present a defense?
Yes, I'm well aware of them.
All right. Do you also understand that if at some point, especially if you're in the middle of trial, you decide that you would like your attorneys to take over the case, you'd be effectively waiving any ineffective assistance of counsel claim that you might have because they might like a longer time to prepare?
Correct.
Do you understand that even if I may allow you to represent yourself, I'll be appointing these attorneys to represent you as advisory counsel?
That's my understanding.
All right. If you want to testify at trial, you'd not be able to testify in a narrative format. Instead, you'd need to write out the questions, and the advisory councils would ask you a question when you testify.
Yes, that's what I'm aware of.
All right. You can't.
Guys, you know, the main character thing, you're right, but guess what? That narrative has been painted by media. They gave her that platform. They made her a main character because they bring up her name in every single way. So her mindset must be, oh, I am the main character, because the spotlight has been on her. She's not got the #1 spotlight when it comes to media. So I don't know. I'm not saying that there's not a lot of delusion here, but she's been given that platform by media, so she probably has read into a lot of that. You know what I mean? Merida says, a littler something for you and your family this holiday season. You're amazingly strong, and I admire your bravery and raw emotions. Thank you for being a good human. Thank you, Meredith. Appreciate that. Thank you for being here tonight. And thank you for your chat. Like I said, we talked about this before. You're allowed to do whatever you want. If this is what she wants to do, it's her choice. But even listening to the judge trying to explain it to her, trying to talk to her about it, lets you know everything right there.
Change your mind about this at any time. If at any time you want to be represented by your advisory council, let me know. I will appoint them back to represent you as your attorneys of record. But once you make the choice to have the lawyer represent you again, I wouldn't allow you to switch back and forth. Do you understand that as well?
Correct.
You also understand that if you ask your advisory council to take the case back over in full, you wouldn't be able to repeat anything that had already happened in the case or do over.
Correct.
All right. Because you'll be acting as your own attorney, you'll be expected to appear for every court hearing and every day of trial. If you do not appear for hearings or trial without good cause, I could consider your non-appearance to be an indication that you want to withdraw your right to represent yourself, and I would order your advisory council to become your attorney. Do you understand that as well?
Sure.
Your right to represent yourself is not absolute, and what I mean by that is if you fail to follow procedures, if you don't act appropriate in the courtroom, your right to represent yourself could be revoked. Do you understand that as well?
I do understand that.
All right. Do you have any questions about anything?
I just was going to ask if we were going to move forward from this today and if we are going to be able to reset trial.
We will.
Okay.
All right. I did receive your form. Is this your signature at the bottom of each form?
It is.
And I think I already asked you this, but I'll ask you it again. Your signature appears on this form after you went over it completely with your attorney?
Correct.
All right. The court finds your waiver to an attorney is knowingly, intelligently, voluntarily made. I guess I should ask you, did anyone force you or threaten you to waive your right to an attorney?
No, quite the opposite.
Did anyone promise you anything in order to get you to waive your right to an attorney?
No.
All right. I do find your waiver is to knowingly, intelligently, voluntarily made. Your waiver is accepted and entered of record. You will be your own attorney on the case. I will keep these attorneys on as your advisory counsel. Again, if you change your mind and would like them to take over the case, you need to let me know, okay?
Okay.
Your current last day is May 11.
It's a good question. Does it surprise me a little bit? I don't understand it. I don't understand what's going through her mind, and why? Just absolutely like why? Why are you doing this? Why are you making it worse? Why are you even fighting this? That's my question. You know, it's not even about her representing herself. I mean, of course, that's frustrating. I'd rather listen to somebody else talk, to be honest with you. But why are you even trying to combat it? That's always going to be my question. But if you're going to live in that reality of how nothing happened and we're going to play games, then this is a game. And that's why I'm so upset. And that's why we're talking about it tonight. This is a game, and it's not funny. It's just about one person. And this is what's hard to like accept, that this is happening. This happened today, I think, this morning. And, you know, this is a game with everybody who loves everybody involved. And it's just like, let's just keep playing with your emotions. Guys, this is trial number 3. That's a lot. And for her to spend that time preparing herself now to be her own representation and have to deal with her talking the whole entire time, it's just worse. There's no other way to put it. It's just worse. It just keeps getting worse. And she always makes it the worst version of it. she always makes it worse. And it's like you just can't put into words what it's like to watch a train keep going off the trail, the track, and just keep getting worse. And she chooses it. She chooses this path, and she doesn't care. So we're just accepting.
I'm assuming you want to set a trial date within that last day.
Yes, I do.
All right, we're going to set a trial date March 31st for jury selection at 8:30 a.m. Well, we'll set it at, for now, 9 a.m. That could change the time, but we'll keep the date, March 31st. I'm going to, can I ask advisory council, in the event that she wishes to conduct interviews, would you be assisting her in that, or would your office have an investigator that would assist?
Either or.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I think generally OPDS will assign an investigator
Okay.
for that purpose, and we would ask the court to endorse OPDS on this minute, first minute entry.
All right, the court will appoint an investigator through the Office of Public Defense Services to assist Ms. Vallow in any investigation and or setting up of interviews of any potential witnesses in the
Oh
trial.
my gosh.
I
Well,
am
I'm just
going,
gonna be honest, and I've already thought about it today. You guys are asking in the chat. I think I just saw another person ask. Lissy asked the same thing. You don't want me there because I will not hold back. I'm not playing this game. If she thinks that we're going to have a conversation or uses this as leverage to talk to me, it will not go well. There isn't going to be zero respect there. I'm not doing this anymore in my life. I'm a grown man. I've spent so much of my life trying to recreate myself with help from others. This woman's not going to do that. So if she calls me or wants to talk, here's the thing. I will help the attorneys, not her. I would help and have justice for my dad, not help her. So there's no reason. If she calls me, she's going to be met with nothing because I'm not helping her. Or if she wants to talk to me, we're going to have real problems. And I have no problem telling you that right now. Like, it's not going to go well. So I have a bad feeling she's going to want to just talk to me in general, and I'm not doing it. You know, I processed our conversation we had. I processed everything that, you know, she said to me in that interview, and I'm not playing games. I'm not playing with her anymore. So I'm gonna be really, really upset if she does. I can't change it. If it happens, it happens. But you guys already know I've been telling you my thoughts, and she's not gonna be a happy camper. I'll tell you that right now. She's not going to like what I have to say if she tries to call me in there. I feel like maybe she has nothing left to lose after a conversation. She knows she can't be a part of you. Yeah, exactly. So what's left? Become more of a spotlight person and put yourself in that spotlight. It's disrespectful. Thank you, Lisa. Wow. That's very, very sweet of you. Thank you guys for being here. Yeah, appreciate that, Taylor. Yep. We're just going to keep going, guys. We're going to finish this video. I'll tell you what I think, but you know, if it's going to be a problem, if she's going to do this, she's going to try to pull me in and try to be manipulative to me and try to do this. And after all the disrespect that she had on that phone call, I don't know how she's going to, I don't know what she thinks is going to happen. That's the point. I don't know if she calls me, I don't know what she thinks is going to happen.
going to set a status conference to make sure everything's on track for the trial date. I'll ask you again, my understanding is there's a large amount of discovery. You're sure that you're going to be ready in time for March 31st?
Yes, Your Honor. Also, I have a reply to the state's response. I know that we said if you were to let me go pro per, that I would have 3 days to make this response, and I have a copy for the court and a copy for the state, if I could give you that.
Response to what?
To the state's response to my motion to compel discovery that was filed prior to the Rule 11.
Okay, I'm going to have to,
I believe the public defender's office filed it, correct?
Was it your prior attorneys that filed the motion to
They
compel
did,
discovery?
correct, yes.
I remember now. We did hold that in advance because of the Rule 11 proceedings. So you can go, you're ready to file your reply? All right.
There's one for the state as well. if he needs it.
Did you get
But they're
Attorney
handwritten.
Trina K filed a response? You received that and saw that?
Yes, this
We're-
is my
we're live
reply
right
to
now.
her response.
All right, I'll take a look at those pleadings because to be honest, I haven't looked at them for a little bit. I'm gonna set a status conference
You guys know I can't hold it back right now. I'm not
just to
playing
make sure everything's on track. Let's set that at 8:30 a.m. Friday, January 10.
You guys, this is almost done. I'll let you know.
One more time, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
8:30 a.m. Friday, January 10.
It's like 3 minutes.
Use your pen. Let me write it for you, just.
Does that work for the state?
As far as I know.
Okay. Does that work for everyone on the defense?
Yes. So,
See, and that's the thing,
Okay.
guys. This isn't just the Lori story. This is why it's so hard because it more than affects everything else. The fact that she's so deeply tied to what happened to my family, that's what makes it harder because she knows. You guys don't. I have a very different idea. I understand she has delusions. I get that. But no, she's very aware and she's very hyper aware because she's a great liar and manipulator. And she tries to get people in different ways. And that's not the sign of someone who doesn't know better. That's a sign of a calculated person, very calculated. And this move is not just, oh, well, she wants the limelight, this and that. She knows the scope. She knows it. She knows what she's doing. I'm not saying she doesn't have delusions. She is delusional, but she's still aware. And that's why we're talking about it tonight. If she was completely gone, or she was nothing, absolutely nothing up here, we wouldn't be talking about it because it'd be that just to say, well, everything she says is just, she's not well. That's all we'd say. No, of course she's not well. This is not, though. It's the signs of a human being who absolutely has zero idea what they're doing. This is a calculated person who is deeply, deeply aware of their action, maybe doesn't care. That's what all of this is coming down to and is going to boil down to is she doesn't care because she wants to do things her way. She probably feels like this is some type of control and she doesn't care about any of the victims, any of them. And this is apparent in this case that she's going to show she does not care at all. So that's where we're at. So I have a very different view of that. I don't believe that this is all just some type of whatever, her just not knowing better, or she's so delusional that she can't think for herself. No, bro, she freaking knows. And there's a calculated here. And that's how I know. You know how I know she's calculated? Because I talked to her. You guys heard it. That's not a person who's completely mindless. That's a person who created and fabricated details of a story and then emotionally backed that up by crying and was so good that some people even commented maybe she's telling the truth. I'm just telling you guys, this is not a freaking out of their mind person. This person is more calculated, and yes, they're out of their mind, but in a different way than what people say that and think.
Is there anything else from the state? One more other thing I wanted to address. My understanding is the state, we do have two separate cases here. The state would proceed to trial on the 2021 case first. Yes.
that's correct. The first and
What the frick?
All right.
Why'd zoom in on her?
I think jury selection in this case could take
What was
longer
the
than
point of that,
usual.
dog? Why was that shot for?
Excluding jury selection, how much trial time do you think the state would take to present their side?
All right, this isn't funny, but like, what the frick?
You don't know?
I don't
I
have
have
that
no
Okay.
information.
We'll wait till January
Why
to
zoom
talk
in?
to Attorney K
It
about that.
was like just a weird.
Just so we can
camera
block the
moment.
appropriate amount of
What
time
the heck
in
was that?
March. Well, I guess it'll be mostly April.
Your Honor,
I just
do you wanna
didn't
set a
expect that.
TMC
What was
as
that?
well?
No.
FTMC.
Yeah, that
All right, I
makes
was talking to
sense.
it. My bad.
Let's set that for,
This is almost over, guys. Like another minute.
I just want to know.
Set that for March 21. I'm sorry, no, not March 21. March 18. I'm going to set that before my morning calendar, my normal morning calendar, so at 8:20 a.m.
This is getting crazy.
All right, anything else from you?
My understanding is that it will be two totally different trials. Is that
Correct.
correct? So this is just, we're just setting things and we're just doing this for the first trial.
Maybe.
Right, well, you should be getting discovery for both cases as they go along, but the first trial will be on the 2021 case. And then at the conclusion of that trial, we'll talk about when we're going to try the second case.
So all discovery deadlines will be for the first 2021 case.
This is
Presumably, yeah. But we'll talk about how much discovery there is we would expect from the state when we come back in January.
that's why we're talking.
All right. Anything else?
Exactly why.
No, thank you.
All right, we'll be at recess on this matter. Thank you.
All right. Well, here are my thoughts. We're gonna go through it. I've talked to you guys a little bit before through it. We did our last video based off of this exact thing. This was the whole point. Are victims allowed to ask for another person to question them? I don't know. Yeah, so here's the problem, right? She's doing this for attention. And of course, she's going to make it worse. Of course, she's going to pull this crap. And I guess, here's the thing. We've been talking about my family on this channel. And like I told you before, eventually we're going to be pivoting out of that. But the truth is right now, this she doesn't allow it almost. It's not that I can't move forward. It's not that I couldn't ignore this stuff. But like, do you understand how infuriating this is? Like the person who's responsible for all of this stuff, right? Whether she did or put her hands to it or not, wants to now stand up and represent herself and speak and spew. It's not even speaking, it's spewing crap. And she's going to be able to do that for the entire time. Like this is way bigger deal than almost anything because you just can't ever stop. Like it's 5-6 years almost, right? Like this is a long time of going through this. It's 2019 to 2025, guys. That's a really long time. And so I get it. Like I understand this isn't about the trials. This isn't about, how long it takes to get there. What the point is that she has caused all of this. We're here because one person, really. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of other people involved, but this is the main catalyst to everything. So the reason I'm so hurt and frustrated is because why do we have to keep enduring this? Why can't you just freaking sit down and shut up? I hope you see this video. I hope somehow she can see this video and just for once think of anybody else on the planet Earth besides your sorry ass self. How about that? All you care about is you, and you just keep doing this crap, bro. I'm so sick and tired of it. Like, do you think you're going to win? Are you going to win the case? I don't know, bro. You guys can tell I'm getting a little heated. I'm trying to calm it down here. I'm so sick of holding back my thoughts on this. Like, this woman just cannot let it go. And yeah, of course, that's my mom. But you guys need to understand, whether someone's blood or not, there's a certain point where they cross so much line that you don't have to just be like, oh, that's blood. No, bro. Like, no. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. This woman doesn't care about her own blood. So why do I have to have that for her? I don't. That doesn't mean you can't forgive somebody, but it's so hard when somebody keeps going. She keeps going, dog. Like, it's not about, at this point, it's not even about forgiveness at this point. You can forgive somebody and start to move forward. Like, but when someone just keeps just going at the jugular every chance they can, and they're not stupid, they're calculated, it's just beyond frustrating. I'm telling you right now. I'm so unbelievably frustrated with this. I'm so frustrated. She just has to be making a spectacle. She has to. She has to be in the limelight. Yep. I'm just so sick of it because I would just like love for everybody who is who's hurt, who cares about them, who loves them, to be able to move on. It's been a long time, and this is a lifetime process. This is something you have to process for a long time so you can get to that next level. Get to that next level of healing. We all deserve that. People deserve that. So here you go. We're going to get what? 8 weeks of Lori? I don't even know how long the trials are. I don't remember. But a long time of her talking, and then who knows what she's going to pull to try to get this going. And it's like, bro, just stop. Just freaking stop. You can't win. There's nothing of, even if you won, you have nothing to win. You're not doing that. See, this is the point. This is what people, that's frustrating, because this isn't about winning, because there's nothing on the other side of that pot. You know that. So what is her intention? That's what people keep saying. What is your intention here? Because you can't win the case. Even if you win, you don't get out. So what's the point? You get my point? You see what I'm saying? There's absolutely nothing on the other side of that. You can't win it. So you're literally just doing it so you can talk, or whatever the benefits of her doing this must be worth it to her. And that's my other point. It's not about even representing herself. She wants to do this. And it hurts, bro. This freaking hurts. Like, just holy crap. Can we just freaking move forward in life? Can we honor the people who are gone and create something new and keep moving forward? Yeah, of course we can do that. But at the same time, bro, she just makes it so hard. She has to do, you think of the worst lane to go down, she goes down that lane every time. Every time. Bro, if she thinks we're going to have a conversation, if she thinks that we're going to talk stuff out, she's going to find out very quickly. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it. So she can take that to the bank. We're not playing games. We're not friends. I can forgive and move forward, but this is a process of having to constantly re-forgive. That's what makes this hard. That's why we're talking about it again, because it's obviously relevant right now to the fact that we're talking about this on the channel. And you have to understand this all backtracks to one person. That really, at the core of it all, starts it all, because they're the family member to this person, this person, this person. They're the ones that brought this person in. It really comes down to her. And people can say what they want, about Chad and whatever his part is. No, you're the mom, you're the wife, you're in charge. You're the one that has that point. So I don't look at her as really a victim of anything. Really a victim of absolutely anything. And that's what she tried to literally pitch to me. We're not playing that game. I'm not playing games with you. I look at my family members are the ones who were taken, and Tammy, they're the literal victims. Everybody else is impacted victims of what happened because they feel the pain and the hurt. But this is her way of continuing to make it worse. And I'm telling you all right now, you witness it here. If she thinks we're going to have a conversation, I don't know if I'll be able to hold my tongue and be respectful this time. I really tried that in the last 2 times. I don't ever want to mess with someone's job. I want justice to be served. I don't want to put my own feelings above that. But if she thinks that we're going to have a conversation, it is going to go south for her instantly, because I'm not doing that anymore. I do not have to do that anymore. And I'm not playing games with her anymore. So if she wants to play games and be in fairyland, let her do it. I'm not doing that with her. Not playing this crap in this game for another however long it is. So let her do it. Let her throw herself under the bus. Let this be her legacy. Absolute crap stain smear on herself. A lot of times people bury themselves. So let her bury herself then. Let her do it. I'm really tired of this. I'm really tired of it. It serves no purpose. So that's the point. It's literally just to keep going. It's just to have a moment. It's just to do this. Whatever she thinks. We talked about this in the last video. We had this conversation in the last video of her wanting to be her own lawyer. Why? Yeah. I'm done. It's so disrespectful. It's so disrespectful. I'm so sick and tired of people having to deal with her. All the people who are hurt and are victims, the impacted victims, can't even just breathe still because we're still dealing with this woman. We're still here. It's 2025 coming up, guys. This is the last month of this year, and we're still here. So I don't know what the outcome is going to be. I was going to try to tell you guys what I think. I mean, the reality is what outcome is there going to be is that she's not going to win. So we wasted our time and had to listen to her absolutely blabber on and play lawyer for however long, how many weeks it takes to get to the conclusion that she's not correct anyway. So what are we doing here? It's a waste of everyone's time, and it's in anything, it's just hurtful. So what is the freaking point of all of this? Oh man, I didn't know I was going to go off tonight. Thank you, Chelsea. Naomi says, I hate when people say you have to forgive. No, you don't. Do it when you're ready or not at all. I didn't forgive someone in my life. I don't lose sleep over it. Sleep great. Sleep great. I love that. It is a choice. Guys, forgiveness is a choice. You have to make it, though. You have to make that. You have to make a decision if you want to. That's the problem. It is a choice. It's going to always be a choice, but it is harder, guys, when somebody like this spends their time purposely effing with everybody again and again and again. That is not easy to keep having your wound opened up by the same person over and over and over and over and have to keep doing that. You know what I mean? All right. I think that's my tangent for the night. You guys know I love you. I'm going to read some chats. I think I saw. Oh, so I think if Lauren or John or both of you are here, I want you to know that the reason I'm aware of the situation is because of you, and that I went into your live earlier and watched maybe like a couple, like 2 minutes worth of, maybe towards the end of the video, I'm assuming. But I just wanted you guys to know that I appreciate you and love you. And I saw that you guys gifted 5 memberships. So thank you. That was very, very sweet of you. We're glad to have anybody who wants to be a member. We love all of you guys. I appreciate you guys. And thank you, Hidden True Crime, for being here. And thank you guys for what you do on your channel. Because like I said, you guys are like a news source for me. And because I've spent the time watching your channel and getting to know you guys, it makes it easier for me to actually cope with some of this stuff. So I want to say thank you for doing your video earlier. Lisa says, Colby does not know that Chad is blaming her for their crimes. I pray for your family doesn't have to go through more pain. Huge hugs for you and Kelsey. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, they're both going to blame each other. They're going to blame anybody else. How about they blame Tylee? The hell is that? I mean, seriously, like you can't go lower than these people. You can't hit lower than this. This is below the belt. This is beyond below the belt. What's below the belt? I don't know. That's where they hit. Frick that. I'm not doing that. But you guys know we've been doing this. We've been talking this stuff out together. Guys, yeah, I don't know. I think someone just said something about if Chad and my mom talk, I don't know. And I couldn't care less. Their conversations are dull as hell. There's some weird dudes right there. Do you want to talk about that? Anyway, I do have a video, guys, planned for you guys. I wasn't really planning on doing this video at all, to be honest with you. I felt like we needed to talk about it, though. I wanted to get my thoughts out there. I didn't know how I was going to feel. I still don't know how I feel. I'm just honestly, I'm dreading her. I'm dreading her. I'm dreading her because it's not going to be the same with her fingerprints all over it. I can't stand the idea. I can't stomach it, and I'm not happy about it at all. I'm really frustrated right now. Chris says, God bless you, brother. Thank you, Chris. God bless you as well, brother. Jules says, you have the love and support of everyone here, Colby. Just know that you are never alone. Thank you, Jules. Amy says, you need a Yoda on your shelf. That's a good idea. Let's get a Yoda up there. We got some cool stuff going on. You know, I like to change it up. This came out so fast that honestly I didn't have time to change up the desk, and that's fine. It's not always going to be perfect for you, but maybe we'll get a little Yoda up there. But yeah, one thing I was worried about, to be honest with you, and this is a real thought, is if she gets internet access and can watch the videos. I don't care if she watches my videos. I don't want her having information about my family. I'm going to say something really controversial, but I'm going to say it because it's really frustrating for me. Thank you, Jamie. She practices some deep stuff, some deep witchcraft stuff, and I don't mess with it. So I don't want her having information. I don't want her knowing about anything my kids are doing. I don't even want her to hear their names. She should not be involved. She shouldn't have access to that. And so, yeah, that worries me. I don't want her being able to I don't want her to watch me talk. And that can sound whatever, but it's true. I don't want her being around. Like, I've accepted the fact that I did not put her there. She put herself there. I forgive her and have to choose to forgive her. And I will choose to forgive her when I am ready once again, but she has no access. She cannot have access, and it will never, ever, ever, ever be the same. And I will never give her access to my children, and she will not have a place in their lives. And that is it. It is that simple. That door is shut, and that's it. So if she wants to watch my videos and whatever, I don't even want her to, but I can't stop that, obviously. But like I told you guys, that door will be shut, and it is shut. And you have to just be willing to accept certain things in life. And this is one of those things I have to accept. I have to stomach this all over again with her. Of course, she's going to make it worse. And this is just the beginning. So I think that's why you can see I'm very upset, because this is the beginning of some crap. She's going to stir pots like hell. And it's like she has to be more chaotic. She has to take as much people down as possible. So here we go. This is the beginning of another hard ride. We have to just stomach through it. I get what's the word? Push through it. You got to push through it. You got to be strong. You got to do what you can. And that's kind of why we're doing this together, guys, is you guys have been a part of this journey. I say it every time, but it's true. You're here tonight. We're doing this together. We're kind of having like a therapy session all together. And, you know, you gotta freaking stomach it and push through it. And eventually we'll all end up on the other side, I guess is the best way I could put it. There's another defendant that was going pro se. The judge and jail would not let her have internet access. She complained about it, but it was a hard no. No, I hope so. Who knows? Colby, I followed this case since day one. You have all my love and prayers. Thank you for being a role model of strength. You are my thoughts and prayers. Stay strong. We love you. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that a lot, man. But you guys know this is not going to be a fun ride. I guess we'll just have to see what happens next. I'm not looking forward to it at all. Absolutely at all. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys for being here, honestly. Nana of 7 says, Colby, stay strong. It seems like your mom did this after your conversation. She's determined to be heard. I'm sorry. We care about you. Guys, that's another thing. That's a great point. I'm going to call you Nana because your name is Nana. Here's what I'm going to say. I think that she wanted to be heard. She wanted that moment. She wanted a platform. She wanted to say that crap. She wanted to spew it. She wanted to tell this fabricated story. And I think because that she has that, if she believes the fabricated story she told me in our interview, then I believe that she thinks if she can win this, she's out. That's got to be the mentality. Because outside of that, there is no winning. And you already were convicted of everything else. So there's just zero. There's zero reason to be doing this. Zero. Whatever. It's just unfair. It's unfair to everybody. I hope if anybody who watches this that's involved, I just really hope that you can heal and that this isn't going to deter your life for too much longer. So I hope you hear that if you're watching. Jenny says, we're here for you, Colby, no matter how this goes, which way this goes. I know you have 10 times the strength that your mom can overcome. You can overcome this. You're a warrior and no one is fooled no matter what she says or does. Well, that's good to know, guys. It does feel good to be seen. And know that she's just spewing crap. That's how it is, but she's really good at it now. I hope she learned some real insights about herself during this process of defending herself. Maybe it will turn on the light bulb. That's probably, you would hope. You know, can I be honest with you guys? And I'll just say this. My hope would be, and always has been, that you would just lay it down, say, okay, this is what it is. And this is the thing. Some people think that I have tried or begging her for some type of apology. I don't expect an apology. Even if she apologized, I don't think it would change anything. I think it would be nice if it came from the bottom of her heart. But at the end of the day, if she would just lay this down and just have enough respect for anybody else, that would be the goal, is just realize that you're not going to win here. So just stop, let everybody heal. You've caused enough problems. You've done enough. Enough is enough. Stop it. And if I could tell her anything right now, that would be my exact message: is stop. Absolutely stop. You've disrespected everybody for long enough. You've absolutely hurt people for long enough. You've done enough damage. Quit. Move on. Let people freaking live their lives. Let people mourn. Let people heal. And you get on with it. Get on with whatever your life is going to be. Because now you still have a life that you can choose to make. So if I had to say something to her, it'd be just stop. Let it go. Move on. You're not going to win here. And that's it. Move on. And stop disrespecting everybody. Obviously, I could say a million things, but that would be my number one thing right here, right now. But would she care? Absolutely not. Does she care at all? No. And it doesn't matter to her. So it's a waste of words. It's pearls to the swine, guys. That's a real lesson in life that I've been learning, is there's some things that just aren't worth it at all. Her life with Doctor Strange. Wait, who's Doctor Strange? Hold on. You need to elaborate there, babe. I need to know what you're talking about. Are you talking about? Wait, you gotta elaborate now. Her life with Doctor Strange. Jody says, good for you, Colby. Truth is the only reason any conversation at this point. Yeah, that's not going to happen. And I've accepted that. I have accepted that. I don't expect anything from her, but you would just hope that some little tiny inkling in her would move forward and just stop causing more problems. Peter Griffin. Oh, you're talking about he's Doctor Strange? No, he's not cool enough for that. What are you talking about? He is not cool enough to be Doctor Strange. And that's the thing. You know what? Like, another big reason why the whole interview is coming back up is because listening to what happened on the documentary really showed me her mentality to tell everybody different stories. And so obviously she's just going to try to pitch me this story that put her in the limelight. So I'm wondering what in the hell she's going to say to everybody else in that room. What is she going to tell people? What's her story this time? What is she going to make up? And that's the point. Even making it up is such a waste of everyone's time. We don't want to hear you make up a fable. We don't want you writing fiction like Peter Griffin. You guys keep that to yourselves. Nobody's trying to hear that. So that's my point. She's going to make up a story for this thing too. She's going to do all this questioning and do whatever she wants with all these people and try to put them on the spot. And then at the very end of all of that disrespect, she's going to probably give her, I don't know if she can give a statement. Maybe they just said that. I was confused at that part. If she's not allowed to give a statement on her own behalf because she's her lawyer, I'm not sure. But she's going to do all this and fabricate another story. Another story she's going to make up. And she's going to disrespect my dad. I know it. Because she doesn't care. So anyway, that's my rant for the night. How you guys doing? I'm pretty done with this stuff, man. I'm pretty done with her. I'm really just, I'm over it. I'm tired. I'm tired of it all. I'm really done with it. How you guys doing? What did you guys think about it? Aurora Chaser says, I suspect by the end of this year, realize that Peter Griffin was not the kid she thought he was. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What is going on in this life? What is happening? Why is it like this, man? This is just it just always has to be the worst case scenario. I don't know why it has to be like that. You'd think you'd get a freaking breath in there, huh? You'd think you'd get a moment to breathe and just move forward, but nobody gets that privilege really, because somebody has to keep opening up wounds. And you know what? It is a choice, right? It is a choice. Like eventually you have to realize like no one can force hurt on you, but it can't help the fact that it does hurt, and it really does. Keep going. But that is my rant. You guys listened to me for a while. You know I love you guys and appreciate you. If you're new or just watching tonight, I hope you guys have a great night. Appreciate you. Yeah, I told you guys I wasn't going to hold back on this one. I just don't have the patience anymore. I think some of people are probably wondering if I'm going to be talking about this throughout. I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I hope Peter Griffin has dropped the soap by now. I actually have a video coming up for you guys that we're going to talk about. So we'll get to that soon. It's actually something I forgot happened, and it just came up again just yesterday, actually. So with that being said, I will have that video ready for you guys. I don't know if I'll do another live, but like you guys know, I always tell you everything we talk about is in the community tab. But you guys know I love you. Yeah, I guess I just don't really have. I'm just tired at this point. Tired of it all. Ready to continue to move forward. I appreciate you guys. You know that. I appreciate you guys being here tonight on, what is it, Friday night? On your Friday night. And thank you guys to listen to me rant a little bit. I appreciate you. You guys really do help me get through this. And I always say that to you, but I really like, I can't tell you how much it means to me for us to do this together. I think that's why we've gone live almost every single time now. Is it's just real. It's a connection. It's not just like, you know what I mean? It's real between us all, and you guys are awesome. I'm sorry I didn't get to read a lot of your chats. I know I was really talking a lot, but you know I love you guys. So if you want to know what's going on the channel, I'll let you know if we're going to talk more about this as it progresses. I don't know, but as of right now, I'll let you know on the community tab. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Have a great night. And honestly, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. So love you. See you guys. Have a good night.